Hello and welcome back. Today we're talking about AWS regions and availability zones. Here we've got a map of all of the AWS regions at the time of recording of this tutorial. There's over 30 of them around the world, and a region in AWS is defined as a cluster of multiple isolated data centers spread across a geographical area that provides AWS services. So each one of these dots that we see on the map is in itself a cluster and contains multiple data centers that are spread around that specific geographical area. So that's the important part. Each dot has multiple data centers in it. And we can deploy our services or our AWS resources in any region that we like, and we need to decide where we'll be deploying them. So there are a few factors that we should consider when making this decision. And the factors are, the first one is latency. So how close are we to our end users? So if our end users are in Europe and we're deploying our servers in Australia, then they're probably going to experience some latency, and we might not want that. The next one is compliance. Some industries and locations might have specific compliance requirements, and you might need to follow them in terms of what you can do with your data. Similarly, data sovereignty. Some countries and states have specific laws around what you can do with the data. Whether you can take it out of the borders of the country or not, where you can process it, and so on. And that's another thing to consider. The next one is cost. So AWS services are actually priced differently from region to region. So, or can be priced differently from region to region. The price in one region might be different to the same service priced in another region. And the service offering itself, not all AWS services are available in every region. So let's dive a bit more into these regions and understand what exactly they're comprised of. So here's a region. This one's called Ohio. It was launched in 2016, and there's 3 availability zones. So what are availability zones? Well, a region is denoted with this blue box in the diagram, and inside you can see availability zone A, B, and C. And inside each availability zone, there's one or more data centers. So an availability zone is defined as, that's exactly how it's actually defined, one or more discrete data centers with redundant power, networking, connectivity, and security. So basically what this means is that each one of these data centers is like a building. The 2 data centers in availability zone can be quite close to each other, might be on the same street or in the same suburb, but availability zone A is quite far away from availability zone B, and that is quite far away from availability zone C. So they're on purpose spread out. So if there's like a failure, like electrical power outage in availability zone B, for instance, then availability zone A and C will continue operating. So they're separate in that sense. And we'll see why that's important in an upcoming tutorial. So there you go. That's in a nutshell what it all looks like. So this is all physical infrastructure maintained by AWS, which we can use for our purposes. Here's a quick summary of what we discussed, and I look forward to seeing you back here next time. Until then, enjoy the cloud.